What's going on, YouTube? Moose09 here. Going to talk about this week's game with the Saints. There's no doubt it's going to be a tough one. The Saints got a lot of weapons, and they got one of ours, Sharper, so it's going to be a pretty tough week, but especially if we don't have Harden. But seriously, this is probably the best matchup in NFL history, at least in my eyes. I mean, just these two teams just match up really well. Our defense matches up good with their offensive line, and their defense matches up good with ours. And I mean, obviously we have a couple weaknesses in the secondary, but last week they stepped it up. We shut Miles Austin down. So Saints fans, don't think for 1 minute we can't shut your receivers down. Saints kick. I'm going to give you a shout out, but also I'm going to give you a little criticism. You say Sidney Rice isn't scary, but yet, look what he's done this year. Look at that. Last week, he carved Dallas defense. Don't think he can't do it to you. I've also heard from a lot of guys, they're like, well, Sharper knows how Favre plays. Well, I'm sure Favre knows how Sharper plays. And that's, when they were teammates, that's like, that's a very long time ago. I mean, the past is past. Things change, so you can't really say that. Who deserves it the most? Honestly, it's such a toss-up because the Saints have never been to the Super Bowl and we've been to 4 and lost all 4. So, I mean, obviously, since I'm a Vikings fan, I'm going to say the Vikings deserve it more. So, but either way, this is a great game. It's going to be a great game. Really close. The Vikings 31. I'm going to go with the Saints 24. Harvin plays. I would love to see Harvin take a couple kick returns back. And other Saints fans are bringing up, Reggie Bush just. I hate to tell you, but Reggie Bush is not going to get 100 yards against this defense. It's just not going to happen. We haven't allowed 100 yards since 2006. So no, Reggie, you're not getting 100 yards. You're not going to go back for 2. You're not going to take 2 punt return backs. Our special teams has really stepped up. I'm not saying he's not good. Obviously, Reggie Bush, I used to think you were overrated, and you've definitely gained my respect. So obviously, I'm not trying to be, disrespectful by any means in saying that Reggie Bush is not a good player, because he is a good player, but he's just not going to get 100 yards. There's just no way. Yeah, we're playing with a banged up D-line, but did you see last week's game? I mean, Ray Edwards came back and just started destroying people again. Even with that knee injury that he suffered late in the game, he came back for a couple plays and was definitely a big playmaker, even with that knee injury. But for the most part, the Williams Wall, they've fully participated this week. So is Ray Edwards. And Adrian Peterson, let's talk about him for a minute. Last year, the Saints shut him down. This year, he just hasn't had that really big breakout game, I want to say, since probably Detroit at home or Seattle. But this guy, if we're going to win this game, we got to run the ball effectively. We got to make them running lanes for him. Personally, I think on first down, it's a dead give. They know you're going to give the ball to Adrian Peterson, so they're going to stack the box. Why not run it on like a 2nd and 5 or something? 2nd and 5, pass on first down maybe. Just switch it up. If they shut down Adrian Peterson, the only thing they don't realize is that, we saw what they do when they shut down Adrian Peterson. We put Percy in the backfield, and 9 out of 10 times he gets a first down. So, keys to this game, keys to us winning this game is definitely the defense and obviously Brett Favre and Sidney Rice and Shanko. I don't think Berrien's got enough credit this year, and really he's kind of been out of the spotlight, and that's just because of that injury that he suffered, the hamstring. Even last week I noticed, like, after he caught a couple of balls, that he was just grabbing for that hamstring, and I don't know if it just bothered him all year or what, but good news on Winfield. Sounds like he is 100%, like fully 100%. That foot, he said this week, feels better than it has all year, so we'll see what happens. Definitely going to be an epic game. I don't have much hate for the Saints. I'm not going to come on here and say the Saints don't deserve respect and that they're overrated, because they're not overrated. They've earned every inch they got this year. So, you know what? We'll see what happens. It's going to be obviously huge. I'm going to be looking forward to going to Miami, though. All right, guys, I'm out.